because that's in with martial arts now. All right, good deal. Well, we'll get to do. I'm ready to go. Okay. So, hello. Again. So I'm Janelle Bartlett, and I am with the United Studios of Self-Defense. So I'm the owner of USSD here in Kansas City. My husband and I own them. We have 3 schools currently. We're in Lenexa, Brookside, and Prairie Village. And we're going to be opening up more. So we're supposed to open up 2 more this year, and then we have more opening next year. So we are a big family. We actually have schools all across the country. So we're a big group, and the neat thing on that is we all get to continue learning and improving, because as you guys know, for our own personal health goals and fitness goals and what we want in our life, it can't just be at one moment. It's something that you have to continue to evolve with and grow with, always, ongoing, all the time. It's the same thing in martial arts for us. So even though I've been teaching for 15 years, it's still a journey, and it's still a process, and it continues to change with me. So we have 2 styles that we teach. So Kempo is a more active style. So for some of you guys who are wanting to maybe get into shape, you might find that you like more vigorous things. You like really moving. So, you know, like a power walk. She's like, not me. So you like more power walking, or, you know, like where you can get in there and do something where you're really breathing hard or sweating. So for some, that's very good for that stress relief. Everybody gets out stress or likes fitness in a different way, right? So that's more of what we call a yin or a yang version. You guys familiar with yin and yang? Right, the yang's more active, right? And then we have the more yin version, which is going to be Tai Chi. So Tai Chi is something that's been done for thousands of years. It started in China, and on it, it's kind of like a big family tree, right? So there's multiple different styles of Tai Chi. They're kind of like different families. So like one family would tweak, start. I think it all started at the beginning, and then there'd be branches in the family tree, and they kind of create their own style of Tai Chi. But it has its roots in that same place. So Tai Chi is learning to work with your breath and to learn to relax the body. But then I always say it's a sneaky workout, because it seems like, oh, you're just going to relax and breathe and be all mellow. But you get a workout the whole time, because you're working your legs, you're learning to engage your core, and then the movements also work your arms. Now Chris, who you guys work with, has actually been training with us for almost 4 months, so about 3 months. And I'm not cheating on you guys here. She did a little test to see how far she had come in the amount of time. So like when she first started, we did a little test to see where she was at. So I was gonna pull that up for you guys. So she, like I said, she has been in for about 3 months. When she first started, let's see, so when she first started, she had no balance. So how many of you guys have a hard time with balance? Probably most people. Right, now if you guys go walk on a treadmill, or do something like that, it doesn't do anything to help balance. Now balance is so important because it helps to keep you from falling and hurting yourself as we get older, right? So balance is one of those key things. The other really great thing about balance is it works all the stabilizing muscles. So not like just the major muscle groups like your quad muscle, your hamstring muscle, those big ones. But to get balance, you have to work all those tiny muscles around your knees and your ankles, your core strength. So it works all of those that are a lot harder to develop and to strengthen. So like just plain walking isn't going to do. So for Chris, when she first started, she had no balance. So we have a stance, which we call a flamingo stance, and we can hold this. You'll develop. When she first started, she couldn't lift up at all. Like she had 0 balance. Okay, and it said within a month and a half, she could already hold it up to 4 to 5 seconds. I just worked with her like a week ago, and she was holding it, I think, for 10 to 20 seconds on it. So that was just in a couple of months. Now again, remember, there's so much strengthening that happens, not just the major muscles, but those tiny muscles to improve, from 0 seconds to 20 seconds in a couple of months is pretty great. Her core strength obviously is improved a lot. I know she said for you guys that's a big thing that you all want to work on, right? So in core strength, there's 2 main areas, right? So if you have your belly, right, you have your upper abs, which are going to be like, the 6-pack abs, like the big and ripped abs. And then you have the lower abs. The lower ones are really hard to develop, right? Well, those lower abs, every time you have to pick up your leg, you're tightening those lower muscles right here. Okay, so I can show you some exercises even on the floor if you want to do. But if you're just saying, oh, I want to strengthen my core and I have to do sit-ups, That's not the best way to do it. There's actually a lot of research that says that crunches aren't the best way to do it. So the moves that we have develop not only like our high muscles, but then also our lower abdominal muscles and then our obliques on the side too. So it kind of helps to like pull it all in. Okay? And then the breathing, a lot of times we talk about our exhaling and our breathing. It kind of pulls that all in. We say it like makes an armor. It's like your muscles become an armor of the body. So in self-defense, it's actually a protective mechanism for you. But for you guys just trying to get fit and strengthen your core, that's the idea, that every movement, every exhale is learning how to pull us in and strengthen it, get taller, be able to use your whole body together, and bring it all in nice and strong. Okay? I think she has, let's see, we did side leg lifts. So this would be like a side leg lift. In a month and a half, she went up 2 inches, which doesn't sound like much, but it's actually quite a bit. And so then she ended up going out of town before we tested this next round. But so she'd be up a couple, like at least another inch. So that'd be from like here up to there, which is actually pretty substantial if you think about the strengthening of the side and those obliques that we talked about. Her leg squats. So a 1-leg squat from this went down 2 inches, which again, in only a couple months, that's really substantial. And if you think of having to hold balance and be able to squat, that's quite a bit to be able to do. And then her horse stance, which this is called a horse stance, like a squat position, it's gone down 4 inches, basically at this point. So, I mean, like, wow, so much farther. So that's Chris, who you guys all work with. Like I said, she's been with us for about 3 months, 3.5 months now, I think, 3 months. So that's kind of the history of Tai Chi. There are tons of studies that have been done on Tai Chi. So really, if you just go online and Google Tai Chi, the health benefits of Tai Chi, you'll pull all kinds of stuff. But it's going to help with blood pressure, obviously stress relief, hypertension, all for general like people dealing with grief or life changes, strength training, their muscles toning, so muscle toning, your breathing, so your lung capacity, endurance, all of that stuff is going to improve with Tai Chi. But it's in that like sneaky way. So it's not just you don't have to just go to the gym to work out. It's pretty cool. So those are kind of the background of Tai Chi and some of the health benefits of Tai Chi. So we have a couple sheets that y'all can fill out. That's just personal for you guys. If you want to hand them to me afterwards, I will love to go over it with you guys. It just is something that you can think about with what your own personal goals are for health and fitness. So I know you guys are making huge changes on a dietary side, right? So I'm sure you guys talk about that a lot with your daily life and what you're eating and what you're doing on that end. But if you want to be healthy, it's on 2 sides, right? So not only do you need to learn how to make healthier choices on the nutrition aspect, but you also need to be supporting your body on the physical aspect, right? Because we all know about like our heart health, our cardiovascular health, diabetes, hypertension, all these things that are so vastly happening in our country right now. Eating healthy will help with diabetes, but everything else, right? It's not going to help with, right? So it's very important for our cardiovascular health to do our exercising. Finding a way that you guys can incorporate that exercising into your life. Same thing for you guys just wanting to reach your own goals on the physical level. Having it, if you have a good route that you guys can do for supporting you on the physical side, you'll reach your goals a lot faster and you'll be able to maintain them for a lot longer. Does that make sense? If you're only trying to do a diet, then you won't develop your muscle toning, your strength, and you're not going to be doing anything to help with your heart, your cardiovascular health, right? And the other things that we talked about. You guys want to stay young and healthy. Well, it's bringing those both worlds together. Okay, so just take that for yourself. It'll only take a couple minutes. Like I said, if you want to share them with me, I'd love to go over them with you guys. We can come around and talk about it. If you all live farther away from here, you could look on YouTube. I would highly recommend coming in and working with somebody because there's a lot of things like, say for Chris, like when she was working on stuff, if you're just looking at a video, a lot of times you'll do it wrong. And you can end up actually hurting your knees.
Well, that's why I said once you learn the basic,
yes,
because it's what I've seen done in person it's like a routine that you go through. It's
Yes.
not isolated exercises.
Yes and no. So ideal would be that you could continue it on a regular basis because, like I said, your physical goal and place and where you are, as well as the nutritional ones, are going to be a continual evolution, right? So that's how I've been teaching for 15 years, and I still get excited to do it. All right. So there's always more that you can develop and learn and grow with. So if it's not an option to come all the time, what I would maybe recommend is do like a block and then practice and then come back for like a block or something. So that way you can continue your progress on it. Yeah.
I don't understand what you're doing.
So if you just have, it's for your own personal stuff, like what you'd like to see for yourself. But does anybody else have any questions?
I got that part. I don't understand.
So on that, you don't necessarily. Maybe just like these are the different things that are in terms
Oh, I
of
got
your
you.
workout and the different types of workouts that you can do, and maybe like workouts on your own. Do people actually do them? So okay, so if you guys see on that first sheet down at the bottom, it says types of training, and it has all the benefits of training and health. It says personal goals. This one right here. It says personal goals. So at the bottom, it says like workouts on your own, group exercise, and personal training, and then it has all those benefits down at the bottom. So of exercise, you remember I said that it's your overall health is both the nutritional side and the physical side. So all those benefits at the bottom, there's even more beyond that one, right? But those three styles, if you can very briefly see the bar that's over there. So it's saying the workouts on your own. Really, it's hard to get all those benefits if you're only working out on your own, because for you guys, right, when you work out by yourself, it's really easy to just be like, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel good, I had a hard day, I've got these other things going on, or it's just boring, right? I gotta go walk on the treadmill. Like, to me, that's the most boring thing in the world. Like going to the gym and walking on the treadmill or riding a bike. It's just, I have no motivation or desire to do that. Not only is it just like, wow, yes, I need to exercise, but I'm not having fun with it. There's no interaction. There's no accountability. I don't feel like I'm getting any better as a person, other than the fact that I know that I need to exercise. So it's saying on there that if you look at stuff, for most people, if they're only exercising on their own, that most people don't really stick with the program. That's why, like, at New Year's, everybody signs up for a gym, and then nobody attends, right? So they have this huge bike, and then nobody does it. They do it for a couple weeks or a month, and then life happens, right? How many of you guys are busy in your life? How many of you guys get stressed out in your life?
Yeah.
Right? All of the above. So if you're on your own, it's just so easy to let your training on your own, your exercise, be the thing that gets kicked to the curb. But that's one of the most important things for you, not only so that you stay young and healthy and feel good, but then also just for your overall well-being and your stress relief and your emotional well-being, right? Because when we exercise, it gets our endorphins going and we feel better about ourselves and we walk taller and we're like, yeah, I'm gonna rock these jeans or whatever. It makes you feel good. So on not only the health side, but just the emotional health side, mental health side as well, right? The next one was the group training, and you'll get some more benefits with that because you have some of that camaraderie, and it changes, your exercises change a little bit more with group training. And then it says personal training is the best because that way you have accountability. If you don't show up, they'll call you, at least we will call you if you don't show up. It's always changing, so you don't get bored. We can specialize it for whatever your needs are, because each one of you has different needs, and each one of you has different goals for what you want out of it. So if you're working with a personal trainer, which is what we do, this is Sensei Gary, by the way. He is who teaches Chris. So Sensei Gary teaches Chris, and he's the one that's been working with her over at the Lenexa location. So in that way, that's how we can always be modifying the program and the moves to make sure that we're taking care of you and that you're always moving forward, so you don't get bored. You can always progress and get better. So that's what that's showing at the bottom. Okay, are there any other questions on it? No? Okay, so what we thought we would do is go over some moves so you guys can actually try some Tai Chi. Now, again on this, the Tai Chi is kind of bringing together your movement and your breath. Now, everybody knows, like, you always hear, like, if you get angry or you get frustrated, like, count to 10 or take a deep breath or whatever it is, right? That's kind of the same thing. You're learning to just release your tension, release the stress from the day, but then in doing it with our movement, it helps our lung capacity to get bigger, and then helps to, like I said, pull in with our core and helps our balance and all those good things. So we're going to separate into two groups. So we have the groups that are able to do it standing. And if you feel comfortable doing it standing, even if your balance is only like this right now, that's okay. You can do it if you want to keep a chair. You can keep a chair by you. If there's anybody that needs to be in a chair, we can do chair exercises as well. So just so you guys know, we've had every type of physical state for our students that you can imagine. So we've had people who have had strokes and can only use one side of their body. We've had people that are on crutches. We've had people that are in wheelchairs. We've had people, you know, with every thing like Down syndrome, autism, whatever. So we can work with everybody, really can. So if you are wanting to stay seated, let's maybe have you be in the back. And if you want to do standing, why don't you be up here in the front? And then what we're going to do is just go through a set of movements with you guys, work on like, here's what it feels like and how you can use it, and then we can do some question and answer and see how it's going for you.
So let's get started. Okay. So you're first going to start by having your feet just under your hips here, slightly wide. Okay. We're going to make sure all this is tall. So if you're going to imagine a string on top of your head, okay, so we don't want to be slouching, right? We're pull yourself up on that string, stand nice and tall, shoulders are back, right? And we're relaxed. Right? We also don't want to be this way, okay? We're leaning over, we're slouching, okay? So nice and tall, keep this tucked in, okay? And then you're nice and flat here, so we don't want to be up or we don't want to be down, okay? So eyes forward, all right? Here we go. So we're going to just start with a couple breathing exercises. So the first one, when you breathe in, we don't want to breathe shallow, okay? Tai Chi is about breathing, and you want that body to follow the breath. So as you get better at breathing, all this around here is going to expand. I've done different breathing exercises with Chris, from the floor all the way through standing, through sitting. There's all different ways we can modify it, and so you can start feeling this breath and develop better breath control, okay? So actually I want to take 3 deep breaths all the way in, and imagine that air just all the way in, all the way down and around, and then just releasing that air out. Okay, good. Breath number 2. So all the way in, all the way down and around, and then just having that release. Good. Shoulders are relaxed. All the way down and around, and then we release. Good. So now we're going to start utilizing some up and down motion. Okay. So only go as far as you can right now. So everyone starts at a different spot in their journey. Right? Some of us are able to go here, and that's fine. Okay, some of us are able to go a little bit farther. So whatever's comfortable for you right now, to where you're not putting stress on your knees, that's what you want. Okay, we want to take our hands out in front. So place your hands out in front, and make sure everything is still relaxed. So some of you carry some tension sometimes in your shoulders or leg. Okay, so you want to be careful of that. So Tai Chi is meant to release. Okay, any tension or any stress. So the last thing we want to do is create more of that. So when we have our hands out here, so just go ahead and relax your hands all the way down. I want you to think elbows only. Come up in here. Okay, good. Drop those again. Now, think of just bringing your hands up, and then this time, it's good to feel opposites, right? Yin and yang, right? Black and white. You gotta feel good, bad to feel good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands up. This time, I want you to bring your shoulders up too. Feel that? No, we don't want that. Okay, so drop back down. Good. Relax the shoulders, and then just start from the elbows. Relax the elbows. Good. So there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to gently dip down with the knees. Okay. And we're going to breathe in as we come up, and then release as we go down. Okay. Breathe in as we come up. Release as you go down. Breathe in as you come up. Release as you go down. Now again, so if we want a bit better leg workout, we can wind our feet just a little bit, okay? And we go down, ooh, right? We can breathe in, and we can go down even farther, okay? So it all depends on what your goal is for yourself. one of Chris's goals was strength in her legs, okay, and then balance. So we worked a lot on just up and down, okay. Feel out in your quads yet? Some of you feel out in your quads, okay, and just keep breathing. Breathe in. Good. So that's a basic up and down. Okay. Then you also want to work the side to side, and then we'll work the front and back, and blend it all together, and then we'll start doing some different exercises where we work on some balance, just straight up. Okay. So let's go side to side. All right. So what I want you to think of is your body here as a pillar, nice and straight. Okay. We're going to be in that nice stance here. Knees are slightly bent. Again, this is still tucked. Okay. So I want to put your arms up like this. Okay, and again, relaxing the shoulders, so you're just bringing your arms up here from the elbows, not this. Relax, okay. Good, so from right there, what I want you to do is I want you to slightly go to your right, but I want you to keep this pillar, okay? That way, there we go. So we don't want to do this. If you see your hands doing this, you're sideways, okay? You want to be a nice straight pillar. So from the center, the weight is 50-50, 50% on the right and the left, okay? We're going to go all the way over. And the goal is to be able to keep that pillar nice and straight. This is over your ankle, okay? So you're nice and square there. And the goal is to get 100% of the weight onto this foot, okay? So I should be able to, at this point, lift this foot, my body shouldn't do anything. However, okay, if I do this, and the reason I have you lift your foot, which we don't do in the once you're in it for a little while, okay, but to get you understanding 100% of the weight, a lot of us will tend to do this. Yeah, I got all the weight on this foot. It's all there. Promise, it's all there, right? 100%, right? But not really. So I've got about 15%, 20% on this foot. Now watch my body. If I lift this foot, watch what happen to my body first. Ta-da! Did you see my body move over? It's because 100% of the weight wasn't transferred. Okay? So we work on this side to side, keeping this pillar up to make sure that we have 100% of the weight transferred. Okay? This is strengthening your quads. Okay? It's giving you good ankle and knee flexibility back and forth. Okay? All while learning to control and feel where your weight is. Okay? How many of us walk? Ta-da! Right? Okay? So as we walk, we want to make sure we can feel that weight transfer. Walking is all about weight transfer, right? When one foot comes up, how much of the weight is on one foot? 100%. Okay? So when we can start feeling 100% of that weight, the more we can start feeling this when we're walking in everyday lives. Do you ever walk clunky? Some of you ever feel like you kind of like clunk along, like, okay? So utilizing these different techniques, especially when we're going to go into here in a second, you're going to see just the weight transfer back and forth, like, oh, it's getting easier. And the whole time your legs are getting stronger, your ankles, your joints, your knees, your hips, everything is getting a workout. Strengthen your legs, which will then in turn strengthen your balance, which will then strengthen your core as we work on all this stuff. Okay, so let's do that a couple times. Okay, so you're right here, shoulders relaxed, hands up. Okay, I'm going to go all the way over. Good. Now do a gentle lift and see if you move. Do it pretty good. Good. Now transfer back over the other way, keeping your pillar nice and straight. Good. And then you think about 100%. Good. So all the way over. Good. How are we doing? Not well? Time, patience, and practice, right? Like anything.
I can't just get on the brace.
That's okay. So some of us will have a dominant side, right? Most of us have a dominant side. Okay, how many of you are right-handed? Southpaws, left hand? All right, right on. Okay, so a lot of times we'll have one stronger leg, one stronger arm. So Chris, when she started off doing the flamingo stance, literally 0 seconds. Couldn't even quite get the leg up. Okay, now she's holding 3, 4, 5 seconds depending on the leg. Now I say that because she has a stronger leg. One's easier to balance on than the other. Okay, so what we do in that situation is we work the other leg twice as long until that imbalance is gone and we've now corrected the muscles, okay, on the weak side to be as strong as the muscles on the strong side, and therefore as you start to move and everything else, you're strengthening everything so it's equal. Again, balance. It's all about balance, okay, in your body. So if your right leg is a lot stronger, you may tend to feel like you're weak on one leg, stronger on one leg, and that's accurate, okay, because it's true. So anytime you have a weakness on one side, work it twice as much until you're able to get the same results on one leg as you are on the other leg. Okay? So we're going to take this now and now throw in some hands. Okay? This time I don't want you to lift your foot. Okay? So this time I want you to trust yourself that you're 100% on each side. Okay? So we're all going to start this way. Okay? Take both palms, face them the opposite direction. Okay? It's called hands waving clouds. Right? You're going to transfer the weight, and it's all about the hips and then the hands. Okay? So I'm going to breathe in here. As I breathe out, my hips go, followed by my hands. And as I roll, I breathe in. I breathe out as I come back across. I roll, I breathe in. I breathe out as I press that cloud. Now, how are we doing on your pillar? How's your pillar? Are we straight up or are we leaning? Okay? So try and stay vertical as much as possible. Okay? And is anyone fitting this in your legs yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay. If not, and you're used to doing some of this, okay, and your legs are a little bit stronger, then here's how we fix this for you. You go wider, and you go lower. So if you want more of a leg workout, you just get wider and lower. And you keep working that. Okay? Still 100% of the weight transfer and still keep that pillar. Okay? This is all about breathing. So again, the body will follow the breath. Okay? So I breathe in. Okay? So that's a side to side. So you have an up and down, you have a side to side. Now let's work a little bit of front and back. Okay? So from right here, go ahead and put your feet together. Bend your knees. Have all the weight on the right foot. And I want you to lift your left leg up just as high as you can. Do a one-legged squat with your right leg. Pivot your hips. Reach your heel out. Roll that foot forward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So our feet are together. Okay. Our knees are bent. We're going to lift our knee up. Again, if you can't go this high, it is okay. So you may need to go like this and just keep it on the floor. I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay. Everyone starts at a different level. Once you're here, turn your hips. One-legged squat. Heel goes down. And you land forward. Okay. Now you want to be square. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points. Okay? So hips, 1, 2, 3, 4. What I mean by that is this. If I do this, this is so much easier to be right here than it is to be right here. Okay? So it's about the angle. Okay? So I'm like this pointed here, but I'm going to be doing stuff this way. Okay? So always be facing direction. So when the foot comes down, settle in with 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Okay? Good. Let's just try that. You go onto your knee, but we're onto your neighbor. Okay? Or only go up as high as you can. All right? Here we go. So we're going to bend our knees. We're going to come up. We're going to pivot. One-legged squat. Set the heel down. Rotate around. And 4-point square. Good. Set that foot back. Bend your knees. And the other leg. Okay? So I'm going to do it twice on this leg. Okay? It's going to be here. So same thing. Leg up. Pivot. One-legged squat. Set the heel down. Roll. And 4 points. One more. Okay, so bring that foot back. Here, knees bent. Bring that leg up. Pivot. One-legged squat. set the heel down, rotate, and then 4-point square.
So the forward foot should wind up that way.
Yes, so once that foot sets down,
And then you rotate the foot. Okay.
the weight then becomes 50-50 between the front leg and between the back leg. Balanced. Okay. Good, so there's a little front and back. Now, if you have room to move forward, you can sit here and move forward across the floor. Okay, that's walking. Then we can include hands in that. Okay, so we can bring the hands up. Okay, turn, sit down, press out. Bring the hands up, turn, sit down, press out. Okay, there's all different things we can do here. Okay, but again, it depends on where you are. Okay, a lot of times we'll separate things out. So, like for example, in one part of the form, the beginner form, we're here, we've done this, we come up, kick, chamber here, step out, or down. Now, there's a lot of weight transfer here. Transfer, pivot, weight transfer, pivot, pivot, weight transfer, coming around, we settle in, and then we're here. Okay? So, we break it down because sometimes just getting this, weight transfer to the front leg, pivot on the right heel, weight transfer to the right leg, pivot on the left heel, pivot on the left ball, transfer the weight to the left, pull this foot around, okay? That's a lot. And then we start adding in hands, circling and keeping the energy moving. It can be like brain overload, right? Okay? So we'll separate. How many of you play piano or guitar? We have a right hand and a left hand going on. Okay, sometimes you separate the bass, right? The left hand out, then the right hand, and then you put them all back together. Do the same thing. Okay? So your journey in this starts where you are, and then depending on where you're looking for is what we really focus more on with you. Okay? So Chris was looking for balance. I work a lot with her own balance. Okay? She wanted leg strength. You're going to get leg strength from this. Okay? Then she wanted to be more flexible. Okay? So as she's been doing this, ankles, knees that are more flexible, and she has put wider stances now. Okay? So she's getting all those things. She also wanted stronger arms. Okay? So I had her do push-up. Right? It didn't work so well. So we modified it. We modify anything for you. So she started doing wall push-ups. Right? Started doing wall push-ups. Started close, right? And you move farther away, so there's more weight. Then she started doing them on the counter. Again, starting close. Then as you move farther away, oh, great, fantastic. More weight, calf stretch. Okay, you're pressing out, elbows in. So we can always modify everything you want to work on. Okay. Any questions so far? Does anyone feel it in their legs? You see how you can develop strong legs, and there's a lot of stabilization muscles. Okay. So if you just hold this flamingo stance, go ahead, right leg up, and just relax your hands right here to your sides. Okay. There's a lot of stabilization that is happening right now in all your muscles here and also in your core and all around. Alright? And then the goal is to get this at least level, if not higher.
Here, in case you fall.
And so we're developing all those stabilization muscles and core muscles and everything to work together. Okay? So, I mean, just balancing exercises like that are phenomenal. Again, some of us can't do that. That's not a problem. That's what walls are for. Okay? So a lot of times we'll be here. I have them hold it. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, I don't know. That was 3. I can't hold that as long. Okay? Yeah, we're gonna have to, because that's obviously the weak leg, right? So you want to do it. So 2 seconds, and then we do it in 3 seconds, right? Then we keep working that one 2 or 3 more times to get it as strong as the right leg. Okay. There's a lot of core stabilization. So if you are thinking, I don't have the muscle to do this, or I don't have the balance to do this, that's wrong. Okay. It's wrong and it's right. You may not yet. but you have enough to get started. Okay, everyone again has their own starting point, and then we develop. I take what you want to work on, focus on it, and we give you better what you're looking for. Okay. All right, we're going to do. Let's see. Here's a move from the Chen Long form. Okay, so I want everyone to start right here. So the weight is on your right foot. Your left foot is up and in on the ball of your foot, but again, the weight all on the right foot. You're going to have your hands and a little chi ball over here on the right side. Okay. Now you always want that knee bend. Okay, so I never want to be here straight leg. Okay. Always knee bend. Okay. Good. You're going to step out. So you're going to do that little pivot, turn, one-legged squat, reach out. And then this right hand is going to turn over. Your left hand, you're going to do stir the pot. Okay? Stir the pot. Now when I do this, okay, I don't want arm. Yep, so I was here. I stepped out. I stir the pot. Okay? Now when I do this, watch my arm. This is all arm. See my hips? See my legs? Nothing's happening. Okay? That's all arm. I don't want this to move. Okay, so you got the big spoon, right? Stir the pot. Okay, but you're not stirring with your arm. Right? I want you stirring here. So someone wants to make a little figure 8 with your hips. Okay, so you're working weight transfer and balance and activating those muscles back and forth. Okay, strengthen your legs this way as we stir. Okay. At the same time, we don't want this. Okay, so nothing with the hips still. Okay. So try and keep your hips still. Okay, keep your arms still. And you're transferring the weight essentially just back and forth. Yeah, like you're surfing. Okay. Good. Now here comes the tricky one. Ready? Okay. We're going to bring this foot up all the way to a flamingo stance. The right arm is also coming up, and the left hand is covering right here on the right forearm. Okay, so you were just here. You're going to dip, you're going to come up, and then you're going to step that right foot out. You're going to pull this arm back under your hand, knuckles coming up and under. You're going to make a little circle down your belly button. Okay? So the whole move is here. Okay? And you're breathing that entire time. Alright?
Oh.
Breathing. And it all circles back to the breathing. So we want our body to match our breath. So a lot of times what we see in beginning Tai Chi is we're going to have, because there's so many little things. I mean, there's the weight transfer, there's the balance, there's the moves, there's, is it heel first or is it toe first when I go back? There's all these different things that your brain is going trying to pull the pieces of the puzzle together, and then suddenly you forget to breathe. Right? We're like, oh yeah, whoo, I was getting tired, I was not breathing. Okay? So what we want here is when we're here, right? Breathing in, breathing out. Right? Breathing in, breathing out. Okay? So, there are, hopefully you can see, there's very basic moves. We can use just the legs, just the arms, and then we get through these one-armed, one balancing, right? Spinning. Okay, we've got all these different. So, all right, so this is.
I'm sorry, I'm picturing Mork from Ork here just now.
So there's plenty of names, right, for things in Tai Chi, like putting the wild horse's mane, right? I like to call it pulling the taffy. Okay. So you're going to find me saying silly things like, this is cradle the baby, stab yourself. It's all weird, but so it's just one of those things. Like some names are easier to remember with silliness than with you know, Tai Chi or terms or different languages and all that kind of stuff. So if you come train with me, it is a lot of fun. Okay, you're going to get a great workout. You're going to focus on your goals. We can modify anything. So again, what I want you guys to realize is you have what you need to get started. Okay, and as Sensei Janelle talked about, I wasn't here, and I apologize again if she already asked this question. How many of you have, whether it's pre or post, whatever, have gone to a gym and started like, whoa, and then it trails off? Has anyone ever gone to a gym and then trailed off? All right. Correct, and that's the difference. Okay, so she said, no, I've got a personal trainer. Okay, and that's the difference. So that's why I'm here. So if you know, when we work you, when you're saying, when I ask you, oh, do you feel in your legs, and you go, no, I'm gonna be like, well, fantastic. Let's get a bit lower in our stances then. Okay, that's why you came. You said you wanted more leg strength. Okay, let's get that for you. All right. So if you're ever in a spot where when you're working with me or anyone and you're doing something like, well, I'm just not getting the leg workout I need, let's fix that. Let's get you that. Okay? If you don't show up, I'm ringing you. I'm emailing you. I'm saying, hey, hope you're okay. If you can still make it, that'd be great. If not, you know, give me a call back and let me know. All right? So I'm going to be there. So if you're like, I'm tired, I don't want to go in, you try to ignore me and thinking I will go away, I will not. Okay? I will be there, I will call you, and I'll make sure that you're coming in, that you're setting goals, right? I mean, how many of you have goals that you want to reach? Whether it's balance, whether it's strength, whether it's stress relief, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? I'm going to help you get that. I'm not going to let you slide out of it, all right? You spend time and money investing into a better quality life, yes? Okay, so let's keep that going. Okay, so it's all part of the journey. Any questions on Chi?
Well, I've got questions on your classes. Is it all individual?
No, so you're going to get a 30-minute lesson with me every single week, just you and me. And then there's 3 group classes offered throughout the week as well. Okay? So if you come in, I mean, it's a lot. So you don't have to come to every group class. Okay? Whether it's time or you're like, today is not the day. It's okay if you miss a group class or 2. Okay? I really want you to come to your private lesson. I want you there. Okay? So we can focus. And then in the group class, you're not going to get as much detail from me, right? Okay? You're not going to get me watching you, your pillars. You're going to make sure we have 100% of the weight transferred. You're leaning way too far. You're not 50-50 on your balance. Okay? You're not going to get a ton of that from me in group classes, just for the fact that I can't go around and be like 50-50. Remember 50-50. Okay? I may say something, but I can't. You know. And there's again, pieces of the puzzle. There's a lot. So, yeah. So to answer the question, yes, our bus every single week with me. Classes are off. We're going to come to. Any other questions? Any other questions on like Tai Chi as far as like the balancing, the muscle, the core, the stabilization? There's a lot of hand movements as well. We'll do a lot of circles and stepping out and coming back together and just breathing in this whole time. And there's a lot of small weight transfers we come through with different things. So, everyone's wiggle, 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 wiggle.
You guys want to be back playing back. Okay. So, do you guys yeah, so we're doing for you guys, if you want to come in and try classes, like I said, Chris comes and trains with us, so if you guys want to come to any of our locations, you can get a free week of training, so you can have the personal training session and come to a group class. We do have flyers and information for you guys on it. We really can work with any ability or goal or whatever you guys have. We can absolutely help you with and work with you on it to make sure you're moving forward and getting what you want out of it. Now, if you guys love Tai Chi, awesome, we'll help you. If you guys are like, wow, this is boring, honestly, my mom is like that. She's like, oh, I can't do it. I love Tai Chi, but my mom's like, oh, it's boring. But she's like a real gang person. It's funny, it's my mom. But she loves coming in and hitting the bags. So we have bags that she can hit. She just likes more of that active workout that makes her feel better. So remember, we have both of those. So whether you want to do the Tai Chi, that's great. Or if you want to do the more active style, that's great too. It can be all fitness levels on both sides. You don't have to be super fit to do the active style, I promise you, okay? So for all styles, so I know that says free class pass, you all have a free class pass on it, but you get 1 free week that you all can come in on whether you want the relaxing Tai Chi or you want the active Kempo side. All of it is going to work on your strength, your balance, your core strength like we talked about, and also just be great for your overall health, well-being, and you know, stress relief, etc. for you guys, okay? I will say I've had family members who have had the surgery you guys had done, and for them, they did great eating healthy, and they kind of fell off the wagon, and it's they've gone back again. So if you guys, just like anybody who wants to lose weight, right? If they don't make a lifestyle change, then they don't get where they want to go. So if you guys can add in a physical exercise component to it, you guys will reach your goals faster and you'll be able to maintain it longer or forever. Now, I would love for you guys to come in and train with us, either Tai Chi or Kempo. I believe in what we do. I've seen so many success stories, and I know that we can help every type of person that's out there, whatever your goals are, wherever you're at right now. I know that we can help you. But if it's not this that you want to do, then find something else and another way to stay excited about exercising, because it really is both sides that will help you to be where you want to be and stay young and healthy and active for the rest of your life. Okay? Do you all have any questions for us?
Yeah, you want to come to Lebanon?
Yeah. Not yet, but you can come. We do those personal training sessions. So if you guys live far away, you can get like a block of personal training sessions so we can work with you.
Are you coming north to the river anytime next year?
You know those new schools I told you about?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. 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 So.
Oh, here.
I live north.
Okay. And yes, all right, you guys. I hope that you guys, at the very least, use some of those things at home. It will help you. Again, it works all that core strength. Use your breathing. Have fun with it. Hopefully, we'll see you guys in one of our studios. Okay. Thank you.